So, from Series 4, the second figure in this latest wave, figure 013, is the Punisher. Now, the Punisher is a figure we've gotten several times before, but this is a brand new sculpt for the figure. So before we get into the figure, we'll take a look at the back of the package here. And you can see the bio and other figures in this wave, and the MODOK on the back there with the funny little saying that they're using now for not series, but waves. Of course, they come with the cheesy little mini comic cover here, which is the Punisher number 29. It's kind of funny that they have this whole on the cover. They have his sort of like all black except the skull suit, you notice, but he's got his pretty much the classic looking suit for the figure itself. I never really liked the sculpt of the face for the original Punisher or any other one since a lot of them were basically recolors. However, I do like this one. I think he's got a very Mike Zeck look to him. That's one of the artists in the early 80s and 90s who drew the Punisher. I like his skull. I think they just went a little bit too much with the white highlights. They didn't give the eyes enough definition. But everything else is pretty neat. I like how they did put in some gray highlights on the white pieces just to make his sort of belt and boots and gloves sort of pop a little bit more against the black. I don't know if other people don't like that or what, but I do. So the Punisher, of course, he's pretty loaded, pretty well armed, I should say. He's got, in his holsters, he's able to carry 2 pistols, one on each side. There we go. So he's got those, and they're held nicely in the holsters there. This is not quite a separate piece. You know, it is connected, glued on to the body at the torso here. He does hold them. He doesn't hold them too well out of the package. So what I did is I took a little X-Acto knife and just cut right in between the index finger and the middle finger to give him a little bit more space to thread the trigger guards of his guns through. And now he holds the guns a whole lot better. And his other gun looks kind of like an MP5. It's not quite exactly an MP5, but it's same basic design, I guess. And again, I did the same thing on both hands so he can hold his weapons better. He does also have a knife here that is sheathed down here, and as you can see, it is a bit warped, as is the actual sheath too. but it's not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna leave the knife in there mostly. Now for articulation, great head articulation. He's got the new heads. They got the double joint that allows them to sort of move on a joint and then forward and back on another joint. And he can look all sorts of ways. Left and right, up and down, side to side. Arms go all the way around, out to the side, in, rotate at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotate at the wrist. Upper torso articulation, forward and back, left and right, a little bit of side to side as well. Legs go forward and back and out to the side, but they can pop out like there. They can pop out of the joint there. They are a little bit limited by the holsters. He does have double knee joints. He rotates at the boot there, and he has the ankles that go forward and back, and with the side to side motion there. So the Punisher is really neat, especially if you haven't gotten the Punisher before, or you weren't happy with that sculpt before. I know a lot of people said his head was a bit too big. This one seems to be just fine. Stay tuned, and we'll see the next figure from this wave that I'll be taking a look at is the Future Foundation Spider-Man. And until then, I'll see you.